Hey guys, Justin here for S&S Archery. In today's gear item, we're going to be taking a look at Tightspot's Rise Quiver. We really like the Tightspot quivers. We've been running them for a very long time. They're lightweight, they're durable, they're quiet. Probably the best thing about a Tightspot is how close and how tight to your riser it's going to carry all that arrow weight. If you have a bunch of weight hanging off to one side, as you shoot, your bow's going to want to fall and drift, and that's just hand torque, and that's not good for archery. So by eliminating that, moving all that weight closer to center, you're going to have a way better balanced bow and a more accurate shot. And Tightspot does a great job with this. This is the Rise Quiver. So as you can see, it's quite a bit smaller than their traditional 5 and 7 arrow quiver. It's about 4 inches shorter and comes in around 11 ounces. This particular quiver was really designed for somebody that just wanted a simplified, compact design. Especially if you're hunting out of a tree stand, this is a great quiver. Start at the top. The hood is constructed the same as a 5 arrow quiver. You have the same rubber hood insert with individual slots for each one of your 5 arrows. You do have this loop here on the top. So what that's used for is if you're hunting in a tree stand, you already have an arrow nocked, you can take off your quiver and hang it off of a little stick, a limb, or off one of your tree stand pegs, and just have your arrows in a ready available spot. As you can see, this quiver does have the secondary gripper, and this gripper does come standard on all Rise quivers. It's an add-on for the 5 and 7 arrow, but it just simply comes on and off. And what this is used for is if you're somebody that uses an expandable broadhead, if you were to take that broadhead and push it all the way up into the hood, it can actually deploy. So with this gripper, you don't actually have to hit the very end of it. You don't have to make that contact, but yet your arrows are still going to hold nice and snug. If you want to take it off just to lighten up your setup just a little bit, you can just simply pull it off the carbon rods. Moving down the quiver, you have the 2 carbon rods that attach to your mount. One thing with Tightspot quivers is they are very customizable to any and every shooter. So just by unloosening these 2 Allens and these 2 Allens, this mount becomes loose and slides up and down on the mount. So basically you can take this quiver and move it up and down. So if you have somebody that has a really small axle to axle bow, like a 28, 29 inch axle to axle, you can actually take your nocks and move them up out of the dirt so they're not, in the dirt. The mount that you get when you purchase the sight is this guy right here. This is half moon shape. When you install this, you want to start, you can see it's an L. You want to start by putting the longer side of the bracket towards your rest, and that's going to give you the closest contact point as you tighten your quiver onto your bow. If you're unable to because of a dovetail, simply turn it around. You'll be about a ½ inch further out. Tightspots are a detachable quiver, as you can see. And they have this quick lever cam, just opens and closes real fast. I've got mine already set up on my bow. As you can see, it's on there, and it's just a quick and easy to take off. One thing I want to mention about the quiver is you can actually move this forward and backwards to help with balance and follow through. So you can kind of treat this as a stabilizer by just how much weight you have pitched forward, and that's all because of this half moon shape. So your screw is basically going to be in top and bottom, and you can move that, and this will mount right to your sight. Down here you have this little rubber spacer. This is basically if you have any parts of your bow that are going to come in contact, say your side of your rest, you can actually turn this to the right thickness and position it so you're not getting a vibration. So it's just a dampener. Same gripper as a 5 arrow, and it has these wedges. You're going to see these wedges in between, and what this is used for is you can actually shoot just about any diameter of arrow and have a great grip on each shaft with this quiver. All you have to do is simply throw an Allen in it, tighten it, and it's just going to cause that rubber to pinch. Like I'm shooting a 4mm arrow, which is pretty small, but it contains it just great just by running these wedges down. So you just kind of fine tune it to your diameter of your arrow. First arrow that you're going to be pulling, they call it their easy pull arrow, which is directly in line, straight back versus out and around. So that's just speeding up the process of getting an arrow nocked if you got something coming in fast. Overall, a great quiver. Somebody that really wants a lightweight setup. I'll go ahead and load it up just so you can see all the arrows and how they're positioned. One thing to note with Tightspot quivers is they have their ironclad warranty, which is you break it, they're going to fix it or get you set up with a new one if it's unrepairable. So that is always nice to have a company that's going to stand behind a great warranty. So as you can see, great spacing on your vanes, on your arrows, and they're all contained very nice. And I'll throw this on my bow and you're all set up. And as you can see, holds nice and tight to your riser, which is very important. Tightspot does offer a variety of different hood colors, so you'll just have to jump on the website. We'll have them all listed out. As far as there's more available for a 5 arrow, the Rise and the 7 arrow are limited, but there are some different color options. If you guys have any questions about the Rise quiver or any of the other quivers in our shop, please feel free to give us a call, shoot us an email. We'd be glad to help. Thanks for watching. This is the Tightspot Rise Quiver.